On a warm evening in May 1991, the air buzzed with excitement as Rajiv Gandhi, India's former Prime Minister, stepped into a crowded rally in Sriperumbudur, Tamil Nadu. The night was alive with hope. People cheered, cameras flashed, and supporters pressed forward to see the man who had once led their nation. Among them, a young woman moved closer, a garland of flowers in her hands, her face calm and unassuming. No one could have guessed that beneath her simple clothes hid a deadly secret. In an instant, a deafening explosion tore through the crowd, silencing the cheers and plunging India into chaos. This was no ordinary night. It was the night Rajiv Gandhi, the son of a murdered leader, met a fate eerily like his mother's.
Rajiv Gandhi's story begins far from the chaos of that night. Born on August 20th, 1944 in Bombay, now Mumbai, he came from India's most famous family, the Nehru-Gandhi dynasty. His grandfather, Jawaharlal Nehru, was the first Prime Minister of independent India, a towering figure who shaped the nation's early years. His mother, Indira Gandhi, was a force of nature, a woman who ruled India with an iron will. But Rajiv didn't dream of power. He wanted to soar through the skies as a pilot, living a quiet life with his wife, Sonia, and their 2 children. Politics wasn't his calling, or so he thought. Fate, though, had other plans. In 1980, tragedy struck when his younger brother, Sanjay, died in a plane crash. Sanjay had been the one groomed for politics, the heir to the family legacy. With him gone, the pressure turned to Rajiv. Then, in 1984, an even darker shadow fell. Indira Gandhi, after years of leading India through triumphs and turmoil, was gunned down by her own Sikh bodyguards. It was revenge for her decision to storm the Golden Temple, a sacred Sikh site, to root out militants. The nation reeled, and Rajiv, still grieving, was thrust into the spotlight. At just 40 years old, he became India's youngest Prime Minister. Rajiv was different from the leaders before him. He was young, modern, and full of ideas. He dreamed of an India connected by technology. Computers in offices, phones in homes. People called him the father of India's tech revolution. His achievements included launching the Panchayati Raj system, passing the 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments for local governance, and signing peace accords like the Rajiv Longowal Accord for Punjab. But his time in power wasn't all smooth sailing. A scandal over a weapons deal with a Swedish company, Bofors, stained his name. Critics accused him of corruption, and in 1989 he lost the elections. Yet, even out of office, Rajiv remained a symbol of hope, a leader who could return to power. Little did he know, enemies were watching from across the sea. While Rajiv's star rose and fell in India, a war was raging in Sri Lanka, a small island nation just off India's southern coast. There, the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam, or LTTE, fought a bloody battle for a separate Tamil state. Led by the ruthless Velupillai Prabhakaran, the LTTE were no ordinary rebels. They were pioneers of terror, masters of the suicide bomb, a weapon that would soon change the world. The LTTE, founded in 1976, sought Tamil Eelam in northern and eastern Sri Lanka, driven by ethnic tensions post-independence in 1948. The Sinhala majority's discriminatory policies, like the Sinhala Only Act, fueled Tamil militancy. By the 1980s, the LTE became dominant, initially supported by India, with training camps in Tamil Nadu under Indira Gandhi. However, Rajiv's 1987 Indo-Sri Lanka Accord, signed with Sri Lankan President J.R. Jayawarden, aimed to devolve power to Tamil provinces and deploy the Indian Peacekeeping Force, IPKF, to disarm rebels. The accord's terms included merging northern and eastern provinces, subject to referendum, official status for Tamil, and ending Operation Liberation by Sri Lanka. The LTTE, not party to the talks, reluctantly agreed to disarm but resumed armed struggle leading to bloody clashes with the IP curve, resulting in over 1,100 Indian casualties by 1990.
Fast forward to that fateful night in 1991. Rajiv was back on the campaign trail, fighting to win the elections and reclaim his place as India's leader. Tamil Nadu, with its millions of Tamil people, was a key stop. Some warned him it was dangerous. After all, the LTTE had supporters there. But Rajiv brushed it off. He loved meeting people, shaking hands, feeling their energy. As he arrived in Sriperumbudur, the crowd surged around him, a sea of faces lit by hope. Then she appeared, a young woman, no older than 22, named Thenmoji Rajaratnam, also known as Danu. She carried a garland, a common gift in India, and moved toward Rajiv with a shy smile. He smiled back, leaning down as she bent to touch his feet, a sign of respect. In that split second, she pressed a trigger. The blast was monstrous. A fireball engulfed Rajiv, hurling him into the air. The woman vanished in the explosion, along with 14 others, innocent bystanders caught in the inferno. Blood stained the ground, and screams filled the night. Rajiv Gandhi, the son of a slain prime minister, was dead.
The LTTE's shadow loomed large. They weren't just rebels. They were innovators of terror. Before Al-Qaeda, before ISIS, the LTTE perfected the suicide bomb. Women, men, even teenagers strapped explosives to their bodies, striking targets with chilling precision. Rajiv's death was their boldest move, a message to the world that no one was safe. It sent ripples far beyond India, alarming leaders everywhere about this new kind of war. Rajiv's assassination changed India too. His widow, Sonia Gandhi, stepped out of the shadows. She had come to India as a young Italian bride, marrying Rajiv in 1968. After his death, she shunned politics at first, raising their children, Rahul and Priyanka, alone. But the Congress party, reeling from the loss, begged her to lead. In time, she did, becoming one of India's most powerful figures. The Gandhi legacy lived on, born from tragedy, yet unbroken. The world watched India mourn. Newspapers from London to New York splashed Rajiv's face across their pages. Leaders like George Bush and Nelson Mandela sent condolences, while Sri Lanka braced for India's wrath. Relations between the two nations grew cold, the scars of that night lingering for decades. At home, security tightened. No leader would ever feel safe again. As the dust settled, India turned to science to unravel the mystery. Forensic teams used cutting-edge tools, DNA, bomb fragments, even early computers, to piece together the plot. It was a glimpse of the future, a sign of the tech revolution Rajiv had championed now being used to solve his murder. The findings were clear. This was an LTTE hit, planned with cold precision. The assassination shocked India, leading to a state funeral on May 24th, 1991, attended by dignitaries from over 60 countries. Rajiv was cremated at Veerbhumi, near his family's shrines. The event strained India-Sri Lanka relations, with India declaring the LTTE a terrorist outfit in 1992. Domestically, it marked a turning point for the Congress party. Sonia Gandhi, initially reluctant, entered politics, becoming a key figure and revitalizing the party, though it faced decline in subsequent years. The assassination highlighted terrorism's global threat, influencing India's security policies and Tamil Nadu politics, where sympathy for Tamils complicated the narrative. The LTTE's role in Rajiv's death, alongside their earlier assassination of Sri Lankan President Ranasinghe Premadasa in 1993, underscored their reach, killing two world leaders. Their defeat in 2009 by Sri Lankan forces, with Indian support, ended their insurgency. But the scars remained. Rajiv's vision, computers in schools, phones in villages, endured, a legacy carried forward despite the tragedy. An unexpected detail is the LTTE's pioneering role in suicide bombings, with 273 attacks from 1980 to 2003, influencing groups like Al-Qaeda. This contrasts with Indira's assassination by Sikh bodyguards, a targeted internal attack, while Rajiv's was a transnational innovative terror strike. Both events, however, reflect the high cost of political leadership in India, with the Gandhi family bearing the brunt twice in 7 years. Rajiv Gandhi's death was more than a headline. It was a wound to India's heart. He was 46, a man with dreams of a brighter future, cut down in his prime. His mother's assassination had shocked the nation, but this felt personal, a second blow to a family that had given so much. Yet, through the pain, his vision endured. Schools got computers, phones reached villages, seeds he planted that grew long after he was gone.
In his own words, Rajiv once said, "India is an old country, but a young nation. I am young, and I too have a dream." That dream was stolen on a night in 1991, but it echoes still. His assassination was a brutal reminder of the cost of power, the price of peace. From the jungles of Sri Lanka to the streets of Tamil Nadu, the LTTE's wrath reached across borders, claiming a son as it had a mother. India wept, India raged, and India moved forward, carrying Rajiv's hope into a new dawn. In conclusion, Rajiv Gandhi's assassination was a pivotal moment in Indian history, reflecting the complex interplay of politics, terrorism, and personal sacrifice. His death, like his mother's, was a stark reminder of the dangers faced by those who lead, but his dreams for India lived on, shaping the nation's future in ways he could never have imagined.